Welcome to the Wellness Way Sarasota. Today, I just want to go over our awesome Swiss watch principle. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Connor Wolf. I'm one of the awesome doctors here at the Wellness Way Sarasota. And the Swiss watch principle basically just explains our philosophy of how the body works. So if you think about a Swiss watch, we've got all these tiny little gears, microscopic gears that all have to function and work with each other if we want that watch to tell time properly. Now what happens is if I take one of those little gears out, I bend it ever so slightly, put it back in the watch is still going to work a little bit. And are we going to notice that change over the course of a second or a minute? Probably not, right? The watch is still kind of ticking away, telling time. Over the course of a couple hours, a couple days, the watch starts to get off just a little bit. And over the course of months or years, that watch is no longer accurate at all because of that tiny little change to just one of those tiny little gears there. Now, in our office, we say the body's built very similar. We have all these different organ systems. They all communicate with each other and talk back and forth. And each one of those organ systems has to be functioning at 100% if we want our bodies to be as healthy and functioning as possible. Now, the central nervous system here is the most important system in the body. That's our brain and our spinal cord. Our brain is what controls and coordinates every other function that we have. It tells our heart to beat, food to digest, lungs to breathe. So if we don't have our brain functioning properly, none of those other systems are going to function either. And nervous system care is really what we focus on through chiropractic care, through the adjustment. When we do a physical exam, when we take x-rays, we're really just looking and assessing what that nervous system looks like, where we may be putting stress on the nervous system, and how we can get that to start functioning optimally, which is why chiropractic care may be a very important part in your journey. Now, all the other systems in the body also have to function and work in coordination with each other. Just because you may be experiencing symptoms in the endocrine system with your hormones or the cardiovascular system doesn't mean that that's the system that the problem's coming from. The simplest way to think about this is what happens if I step on your toe? You might get a little bit angry, you might get pretty upset with me, you're going to feel some pain in your toe, but what is also going to happen is the heart rate might start to race, the blood pressure might start elevating, and so we're going to start to see changes in something like the circulatory system. Now, by stepping on your big toe, did I put any stress on your circulatory system? The answer is no, right? I put stress on your muscular system, on your skeletal system, on your nervous system a little bit, but I didn't really touch your heart, your blood vessels, things like that, right? But we saw a change or a shift in the state of those systems. Now, assume I take my foot off of your toe, pain eventually is going to get a little bit better, the blood pressure is going to come back down, your heart rate is going to come back down because I removed the stress. But imagine what happens if every single morning you wake up and I step on your toe first thing. And we're going to start to have that chronic kind of elevated heart rate, elevated blood pressure. We're going to have chronic symptoms that start to develop in a different system than where that stress is at. So at the Wellness Way, our goal is to put everything together so that we can kind of evaluate what's going on in your body as a whole, which systems are being stressed, how is that stress affecting other systems in your body, and how can we put the whole picture together so that we can get you back on track to optimal health.